All right, for lesson 7.10 today, we're going to be correctly solving multi-step word problems that include fractions today. So we're going to be talking about burning calories. So we're going to be looking at this chart right here. And this table shows us different activities such as bowling, chewing gum, downhill skiing, all the way down to washing dishes, sleeping, walking, sitting, just different activities and how long it takes to do that activity in order for you to burn 100 calories. And so we're going to look at the different ones. So for example, if I look at bowling, it would take me a half of an hour. These are all in hours, a half of an hour to burn 100 calories. I know that half of an hour is 30 minutes. So I would be able to answer that question. So we're going to go ahead and use this, and we're just going to answer some questions. So it says, which activity is the fastest way to burn 100 calories? So the fastest time would be the smallest fraction, right? Because you want it to be the less minutes is your fastest way. So as I'm looking right here, I'm looking at the different ones. This is a half an hour. That's going to be like 30 minutes. So again, if I'm looking for the fastest way, I'm looking at these fractions. Now, I know that like 11/12 is almost a whole. So that would be almost a whole hour. That would be almost 60 minutes. Whereas this is a half of an hour, that would be 30. So I'm looking for the smallest fraction. So as I'm looking here, I'm seeing the highest denominator, remember, is the smallest pieces. So I'm seeing 12ths, tenths. I definitely don't want anything with a whole number because that's over an hour. Okay, so as I'm looking here, I see these four that pop out because remember the denominator that has the smallest, the fraction that has the smallest denominator is the bigger pieces. And so I want the bigger denominators for smaller pieces. So as I'm looking here, the tenths and the twelfths are the biggest denominators, but 11/12 is almost a whole hour, so it wouldn't be that one. 3 out of 10, 7 out of 12, 1 out of 10. So as I'm looking at this, I know that 1/10 is going to be my smallest fraction, which means it's my smallest amount of minutes. So in this case, I would say running stairs is going to be your fastest way to burn 100 calories. Okay. So it says, how many minutes would it take to burn 100 calories by running stairs? Okay, so if I'm looking at this, I'm looking at my running stairs question. That's what we had answered from last time. It's going to take 1/10 of an hour. Well, I know 1/10 of an hour is 60 minutes. So it's 1/10 of 60. So I know that of actually means to multiply. So I know how to multiply this. I'm going to put a 1 underneath to make it a fraction. I multiply straight across. 1 times 60 is 60. 10 times 1 is 10. This is a division problem. 60 divided by 10 is 6. So my label is 6 minutes because 60 had been minutes. So my question here is it would be 6 minutes. So whenever you're talking about doing fractions times a whole number, that 1/10 of 60, that means to multiply. All right, so let's look at this one. It says, which activity would burn 100 calories more quickly? Playing catch with a football or singing? So let's look right here. Playing catch with a football is 7/12. Okay. And then singing is 5/6. So let's compare 5/6 to 7/12. Right now, that's really hard to compare because they do not have denominators of the same. But I can create equivalent fractions by doing times 2 on bottom and times 2 on top. And so now this is going to be equal to 12 on bottom. So this is going to make it super easy to compare these, and a 10 on top. So 5/6 is 10/12 of an hour. So 10/12 of 60, okay? And this is 7/12 of an hour. So when I'm looking at that, which one is going to burn calories more quickly? That's going to be my fraction here that I'm going to look at. So as I do this, my 10/12ths of 60, this would be 600 divided by 12. And that is 50. It's going to take 50 minutes to do my singing for 100 calories. When I do 7/12 times 60, I get over 12 here, and then I have 420. So I could do 420 divided by 12, but what I can tell you is that that is less than 50 minutes for sure. 42 divided by 12. Let's see, we would get a 3 up here. So these are going to be in the 30 minutes. So this would actually be 6/12. So that's a half an hour. So this would be 35 minutes. So as we're looking at this, our times are definitely different. But since this is going to be in the 30-minute range, it's going to be a lot quicker for us to play catch with a football to lose 100 calories than it would to be singing. And that makes sense more, right? We know that when you're doing heavier activity that you're going to burn calories quicker than if you're just sitting there singing, okay? So you're going to use this chart today to answer some questions on your own, and you're going to just write them over here to the side with your pen.